Titans, are you having problems with the Mythic difficulty in Kepler? I'm going to show you a build that will absolutely carry you. This is the Gaffer's Horn Aberrant Leap class item prismatic build. I've never came across a build that offers so much crowd control whilst being an absolute tank, overshields on demand, and fantastic ability regen. The only thing we really need to account for is our weapon damage, but I'll show you a couple of hints and tips I've picked up that can really help you out. First off, let's take a look under the hood to see what class abilities we're running. So to look under the hood, first off, Super, Glacial Quake. We pair this with Facet of Purpose. That way when we pick up an Orb of Power, we gain Frost Armour. And we've also want to put on Diamond Lance. Reason being is it ties into the artifact. For when we have Frost Armour and we take critical damage, we will freeze all adds around us. Melee, Shield Throw. This has actually got such a good buff. The targeting on Shield Throw just now is brilliant and is really good for generating overshield. Rally Barricade, shortest cooldown, and we want it up as often as we can. Thermite Grenade, this is really good for causing ignitions and scorching targets. Aspect Stringer's Lash, obviously this puts into the suspend part of the build. Fragments, Facet of Ruin, increases Shatter, Stasis Crystal and Frozen Target, increases the area effect of solar ignitions, plus 10 weapons, so this is all good. We're using Thermite Grenade for Scorch, Diamond Lance for Shatters, 10 plus weapons, 10 out of 10, must have. Facet of Purpose, I've already went over this. Facet of Dawn, when we throw a throwing shield, it will make ourselves radiant. Facet of Protection, when we're surrounded 3 or more enemies within 15 metres, we have increased damage resist, I believe it's 10%. Facet of Purpose, when you have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly. So we will get Soul Invictus from the Gaffer's Horn part, so that will give us restoration. We'll also have Frost Armour a lot. This all ties into more class ability, more Rally Barricades, more Suspends and more Scorches. Facet of Solitude, great for severing targets, decreasing damage dealt to you and creating tangles. In terms of your artifact perks, whatever your preference is here, Flame Fibre and Freeze, that's up to you. Diviner's Discount is also up to you. We don't get Woven Mail here. We're not using any stasis weapons either. And we're not using the Scout Rifle. So this is why I've got these two. Frost Renewal, well, you have Frost Armour. Taking critical damage releases a burst that freezes nearby combatants and grants Frost Armour to you and nearby allies. So for this, because we're using Behemoth and Facet of Purpose, whenever we pick up an orb, we'll get Frost Armour. Also, when we slam dunk Diamond Lances, we'll also get 2 Frost Armour as well. So this keeps up Frost Armour and keeps us topped up with damage resist. Refresh Threads, picking up an elemental pickup matching your subclass element or tangle where you have Strand Super, grants energy at your least charge ability. So we'll be creating Stasis Shards, pick them up, gain ability energy. More Rally Barricades, more Suspends, more Gaffer's Horn. Fairy Blast, destroying a tangle with strand damage increases the radius of the explosion and its damage. So if we're running Mint Retrograde, which is my end goal of this build, then once we shoot a tangle, it'll create a bigger boom. Shoulder to shoulder, more damage resist, I believe it's 25% for shooting with allies who are in with 15 metres of you. Elemental Coalescence, defeating targets has a chance to create an elemental pickup. More Stasis Shards, more ability energy, more Rally Barricades, more Suspends, more Gaffer's Horn ignitions. Shield Crush, where you have Woven Mail, Frost Armour, Avoid Overshield. So because we have Frost Armour, your melee charges faster and deals more increased damage, so it just buffs our shield throw. That's all it is. And if you're doing Kepler as well, you will get amplified by just using Matter Spark, so faster grenades and they deal more damage as well. So your Thermites will do more damage, along with Ignite targets. Finally, Tangled Web. Create a tangle by defeating a strand debuff target, suspends nearby combatants. So we'll be creating a lot of tangles with this because we get Facet of Solitude, doing a lot of precision headshots. Things will get severed. When they die, they'll create a tangle, so when they die, they'll do an explosive burst. There's also an argument to be made for Frigid Glare. While Frost Armour is active, Stasis Precision Final Blows cause combatants to release a freezing burst. Now, if you use a Stasis Primary, by all means, but the weapons that I'm using just now I've found work best for me. They've kept me alive and deal decent damage on Mythic difficulty. In terms of stats and set bonuses, so you want as high class as possible, so that when you use your Valley Barricade, you can get up to 40 health and Vulnerable Shield. And then weapons, depending on how you want to do it, I've got a double special version of this build and what you see in front of you. But as much weapons as you can get for more ammo generation and more damage. In terms of armor set bonuses, I've currently got Tech Sec, which isn't the best. It's okay if you're using Outbreak, but in terms of what I ideally would want, I would want this. Last Discipline Plate, you can get this from the Portal, from Crucible. 2 pieces, Final Blows with your primary ammo weapons that grant your primary ammo weapons temporarily increased reload speed. So more reload speed on Outbreak. But the real reason why I want this is 4-piece power loader. Picking up an orb of power grants special ammo progress. I really want a full set of my build so that I can run the double special variant, which would be Mint Retrograde and Choir 1. Choir 1 is the new third iteration. If you're not using Choir 1, you're doing yourself a disservice. Use third iteration's predecessor, Choir 1. It hits just as hard and is better for ad clear. In terms of your heavy, you can do what you want. Currently when I record this, we're on a Suros week, so I've got Cynosure, Explosive Reconstruction. Actually not bad, surprised me how well it's kept up in the content. So the focus of the build is an exotic class item, Stoicism. You can get these from Za for strange coins, and now with the portal, strange coins are abundant, so you shouldn't have a problem. If you need to focus it, remember to go to the Pale Heart, speak to the ghost in the Pale Heart, and focus for either a Bent Leap or Kefri's Horn. So when you send out the class ability, you'll send out the Drenger's Lash along with the Kefri Horn Blast. This will suspend all enemies caught by it, also start to scorch them and finally ignite them. Any enemies killed by the scorch or ignitions will generate a sunspot, which will grant you restoration for 2 seconds. You also create a tangle and a diamond lance. So what you want to do is you run up to the sunspot, heal yourself, grab a diamond lance, slam it down beside you, and then pick up the tangle. Drenger's Lash also get a range buff. Look how far away I'm able to suspend this servitor. Nuts. So every time we use our class ability, we will suspend, we will scorch and eventually ignite. We'll generate a sunspot, which will give us restoration. We'll generate a diamond lance, which when we slam it down will give us 2 stacks of frost armour. We'll generate a tangle, which will generate a suspending burst at its point of origin, suspending even more enemies around us. And if we hit critical health while we have frost armour, we'll emit a freezing burst around us, freezing all enemies close by. This build is pure cow control on steroids. Everything in this build has some form of generating some aspect of crowd control, debuffing nearby enemies in one way or another. It is the most craziest build I've made in terms of raw crowd control. And the cherry on top is a super. With Behemoth, we can spam as many ice crystals on the ground, freeze everything in front of us, and we can use our class ability during the super animation, which will burst all the crystals, generating high amounts of damage everywhere. Just quickly, if you could show some support on the video, I would greatly appreciate it. I want a big push just now for 1,000 subscribers, so anything you can do to help me out with that would be extremely nice of you. Alright, love you lots, cheers. Prismatic is also very easy to get in this build. Because our class ability is light and dark rolled into one, we'll be getting Prismatic all the time on this build. Finally, I just want to talk about weapons. Weapon animal economy just now is absolutely down bad. I really like running double special, so I've been running Mint Retrograde with Choir 1 and then a rocket or an LMG, and I find that I'm running out of ammo very quickly during the mission. So what I tend to do is I tend to keep Outbreak Perfected with 3 round rounds in my back pocket. This is a featured exotic, meaning intrinsically it gets a 10% damage boost, and it's also amazing for generating super. Bungie have come out and said they're going to take a look at this in the future, but for now, bring an Outbreak with you, run as many scav mods as you can, and also ammo generation mods in your helm. Speaking of mods I suggest running on the build: Dynamo in your helm. This will gain super energy when you use your class ability near enemies. On your arms, use any mods that give you class ability energy when using your melee or grenade, and even a reload if you want. Your chests, just use whatever damage resist mods you'd like. On your legs, I like to run surges, so Void Surge for acquire a 1, and then avoid Scavenger as well to try and keep its ammo topped up. On your class ability, Time Dilation, Reaper, and anything else that generates melee or grenade energy when using your class ability near enemies. And that's it. Give the build a shot, let me know your thoughts down below. Also, look how often I'm able to keep this brig suspended. Absolute madness. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate your time as always. Again, any support you could show, I would greatly appreciate it. But other than that, I'll see you soon for more Destiny 2 content. All the best. Cheers.